Welcome back, my friends, to Strategic Command. Right now, what we're trying to do in the West is pretty much keep any partisan uprisings from getting out of control, and I think we definitely need to get some more actual garrison units into this area, maybe even moving some units away from Metz over to places like Cherbourg, Le Havre, etc. But for now, we're going to keep things as they are. Maybe we'll try to move, we're going to move here to Amiens, but I'm going to go ahead and put that garrison unit in Brussels. I'm not even really sure why we have this bomber unit here. I mean, he can't really do much to assist our troops here. For those of you that missed the fighting so far, especially here on the Eastern Front, I highly recommend you go and take a look. A lot of people think that we're in a position in which we can't win, and as I said before, this game is not my forte. I'm really was kind of like a first-time playthrough, but I'm still going to fight to the end, as long as I think there's a small possibility of getting a victory here. So we're pretty much just going to wait here, see what the Soviets, the Allies in general, do, and see if we can't get out of this situation fairly well off. So Finland enters the war against the Soviet Union. That's a little bit of good news for our part, and so far we've done very, very well with the front against the Chinese. Malta hindered its access supply in the Mediterranean, and we've also managed to hinder Allied supply through Crete. So right now, nobody's getting through the Mediterranean with anything besides maybe a fishing boat. Pretty much everything is locked down there. The war in North Africa is raging, but I'm not so sure I want to dedicate any more troops there. We might be able to send some Italian tank companies, but I'm not even sure we should do that. I think we should send them to the Eastern Front. Industry in the Ukraine is disrupted by the transfer to the Urals, the Ural Mountains. And I'm hoping that the units in Vinnytsia, all these other places, will finally run out of supplies. I do think that they have a few turns in which, even if they're cut off, they still have supplies. We want to try and cut off all of these rail lines, of course, and put them into a situation where they have absolutely nothing. That would be the ideal thing to happen right now, of course. There's also a few tank companies here that, with the initial offensive, the initial blitz, they definitely got damaged, and we're going to want to go ahead and repair them as best we can. Look at this. Everybody is reinforcing. Everybody. So we gave the Allies a bloody nose, for sure. Definitely forcing them to reinforce along the line here. But obviously, especially in North Africa, we're going to have to do pretty much the same thing. Nice. Bombers catching one of the enemy cruisers here. Or, excuse me, one of the enemy carriers, as a matter of fact. Unfortunately, they just destroyed one of our Italian ships. And the Soviets are getting desperate here to stop us from taking oil-rich Odessa, sending ships to attack us, etc. Taking that area would be excellent. Really, really excellent. Enemy submarines hunting us. I did not think the Soviets had the capacity to build a fleet. See, really nice bombing run there. I guess in the open desert, it's much easier to see your targets. These Italian units are in trouble. We're going to have to get them the hell out of there. And that's an Italian army. Oh, it is destroyed. That Italian army is destroyed. We'll have to send the corps in their place. Obviously, that's not as terrifying as an army. So I think we have no choice. We might need to send a transport of Italian tanks down there to North Africa to hold the situation. Oh. They're still trying to fight their way out of Vinnytsia. Wow, these are brave Soviets. This early on, them being this brave is worrying me a little bit, to say the least. So Minsk, capital of Belarus, hasn't been taken. Look at the Chinese here being pretty crazy. They are sending in special forces. I can see what they're doing to try and weaken our army there to the south of Shangshao. As you can see, we surround the city itself. I mean, we could potentially take this city with our Japanese forces, which would be a big victory for us on that side of the world. So Yugoslav partisans are going to be a problem. Just can't allow them to take Belgrade, and I might send an Italian infantry unit. I think it's an army. I didn't see the X's on top. hopefully they can wipe them out. Alright, the U.S. oil embargo hits Japanese morale. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, this is leading us closer and closer to Pearl Harbor. British and Soviet forces launch Operation Countenance, and Persia surrenders. Now, I never actually heard about this, but this game always teaches me interesting things about World War II that I had no idea about in the past. Of course, the Persian Gulf is going to be shut down to us completely. Pierre Laval is shot and injured by Paul Colvet at Versailles. Okay. I believe Pierre Laval is the leader of Vichy France. That's certainly not good for us. They are allies of ours. Alright. Some intelligence report. And enemy garrison units. I wonder if we should attack immediately with our Finnish units, or if we should just try to hold the line. Alright. Fuelhakultia, the 23rd U-boat flotilla is due to deploy shortly at Kiel in the Baltic, though it could perhaps be put to better use if we were to send it overland to serve in the Mediterranean. I think from Pola, yeah, I think we're going to send it to Pola. So, just seems better right now. And finally, guys, we got some units here for our Germans, some actual German armies that we really need. So I'm going to send most of these to Army Group North, actually. We've got some, like, cavalry divisions. We'll send the cavalry divisions west, because it's not that it's a cavalry division, it's that it's 2 stars, or 2 X's, which means it's a division. It's just too small to really help us, I think. I don't think it's going to be of much help. And with this unit, we could eventually get over here, but for now, again, I'm dedicating these guys to Army Group North. This is where I think we need the most help. Put 1 submarine there. Let's see if we could put 1 submarine in the Mediterranean. No luck. It has to be an Italian submarine. Okay. And some special forces from Japan, my friends. We've been dropping the special forces on these smaller islands, Wake Island, things like that, where the Americans are, eventually going to attack. I'm not sure if that's the best idea, but I think it'll work out. Alright, speaking of Japan, let's keep on attacking the Chinese here. I really want to see if we can finally break through, specifically to Changsha. You can see that the enemy here definitely is trying to weaken our units as much as possible. I'm just looking around to see if we could send in some bombers, but we're going to get destroyed badly here. Look at the anti-air they have. They would kill 4 of our bombers in most fights, which is pretty amazing. So we're just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Cut them down! Again, boys. We are attacking with actual armies here. I would send in the Manchukuo forces, but frankly, I don't think they're going to be very loyal in battle. They're not going to go out of their way to take the city for us. In fact, they might even sabotage our plans. So this is an interesting situation. This is risky, but I am going to move in a bit, just to hit him a little bit harder. We could even move in the Special Forces unit here. I was really hoping that would work. Alright, let's see if the army can get it done. The 18th Army here. Come on, 18th Army. Glory Banzai! Excellent, excellent win there. Let's send in the armored car to take Changsha, the actual city itself. Major industrial center, so of course that's going to hurt the Chinese. And we can even keep on hurting them here along the front lines, wherever we're going to come out on top. There's no point in going out here with our armored car because they just don't have many roads back here. There's not much industrialization going on there to begin with. We do have a few transports here that could be in better positions. Let's drop these special forces. We'll send these special forces in. And, of course, we're also attacking Chongqing to the southwest. Really trying to exploit the vastness of China right now to send armies absolutely everywhere and cause some mass panic. That's the goal, my friends. That is most certainly the goal. Alright. I wonder why he can't attack. That's a little weird. Should have ammunition. Everything's fine on that end. Alright, no matter. We're going for Nanning, of course, guys. Very close to taking it. So let's attack. Here at Nanning, we'll flip these armies, of course, at Guilin. I don't think we're quite going to get there this turn, but we're very close. We're going to have to get there next turn. We're at least destroying this division. This won't be a problem anymore, but the weather here, all this rainy weather, is a problem. Right, let's hit these partisans in Amoy. They've been causing us problems since the beginning of the war. I want to get this general closer, but we kind of need him to protect Fusho. I forget who told us, but thank you to the person who told us in the comments that as long as we have one unit in a tile around a city, then pretty much partisan units cannot rise up, or maybe it makes it a lot harder for them to rise up. Okay, let's move in. We're going to send in our Manchukuo forces. Let's see if they can show us that they've got some loyalty. We'll have them attack the engineers here. Alright, we've got the enemy pretty much surrounded here. Now, time for the real test. We have to go to the Eastern Front. First, we'll bring our bombers over. Got some also paratroopers. Long-range transport. I really have to find out how to use the paratroops properly, because I know there's a way to drop them behind enemy lines. But for now, we'll take a transport. And we'll send them to fight in the north. We don't have nearly enough units there. So let's move that way. As for the general, we need to bring him as well. We'll send them to the north too. Actually, we have quite a few. Well, we have a lot of generals everywhere, period. But yeah, we'll send this one to the north as well. Why not? A little more command, why not? Can't hurt, I don't think. Okay. So Eastern Front, this is where I'm really nervous, boys. Don't know how we're going to do here. We need to reinforce this tank army. So let's get that back to 10. There's no discussion about that. And I'll just try to damage these armies behind our lines as much as I can, so that getting in won't be as tough. Now, Fortress Brest, as you can see, Brest-Litovsk over there, was notoriously a hard place to break into. I think even after the Germans took that area, they only actually took Fortress Brest after like 2 months or something. So I'm not surprised that that's taking a while, but places like Vinica, etc., we really have to try to break them down quickly. Now, what I'm going to do, try to get over here near Cherkasy, but also get behind the enemy to make it easier for our boys to break through here. In the Dneprovetsk region. I could almost go behind here too. Again, a little risky, but if we're not going to get behind the enemy with our armored vehicles, well, then we're not doing a proper blitz. Here we go. We must try to take Odessa. This is an extremely important target, so I'm dedicating as much as I can to it. I'm even going to attack the area with fighters from Italy, not even bombers, just in an effort to take it. We may have weakened it a bit. The Romanians doing a pretty good job there. But they're going to make us fight for this. And in fact, I'm going to get over here with the Italians just so that they don't cross over to try and open up the Odessa corridor, as I'd like to call it. And of course, we'll keep bringing these units up from the south. After that long war in Greece, it's taken this long just to bring all of these units over here. So let's keep going. And I'm going to send these Italians over to deal with the partisans. These Italians I will send north as well, but I'm tempted to send the special forces, try and get them into northern Africa. So let's try to do that. But in these, we were going to send this tank unit to North Africa. I think we will. Got to be careful, though, because the British are really watching these ports. So we'll send him here to Benghazi. We should be able to get him out at Benghazi now. Really? There we go. Okay, that could actually indirectly work for us. Let's try and destroy this 7th Armored Tank Army. So close, guys. And we can get that anti-tank force here. That is a destroyed British tank army. An excellent, an unexpected victory for us there in North Africa. Of course, it's not going to win us the war, but it's a start. We're also about to potentially take out this enemy general. And our Italian troopers have taken O'Connor captive, I believe. Amazing job. Looks like we can't really reinforce, though. We don't have Italian... Oh, we do have one Italian general here. Let's see. Come on, we should be able to reinforce. No? Maybe we have to wait a turn. Fair enough. With this tank army, it looks like we're not going to be able to reinforce him. Let's move him back here, hopefully near the general. He'll be able to bring in some reinforcements via the port of Benghazi. All right, boys. Continues the Eastern Front attack. Zhytomyr is going to be an important location. Although Kiev, of course, is the more important location. What can we do? What can we do? Yeah, I didn't have many better options, I'll admit. It's going to take a while to break through here. Let's do it. We'll attack. And again, this is really in the swamp region. It's not going to be particularly valuable to us, which is making me wonder if we should even attack in that area. Reinforcing our units. Now that is a successful attack. So we definitely need armies like the 4th Army to carry out these operations. Can't just do it with regular men. Bound to happen. Alright, let's see if the Italians can take the famed fortress of Brest-Litovsk. I'll even give them some support here in the way of Luftflotte fighters. That's not gonna help them at all. Let's send in some KG-1 bombers. There's no way they're gonna have any anti-air, but there's apparently they did not manage to hit any targets there. That's what I'm looking for. Alright guys, Fortress Brest is ours. Good to see that. That's definitely a location we want in our hands. And let's attack Minsk. Minsk is a very important city in Belarus, the capital of Belarus, and this is a location we should have already had. Also, the fact that they're harassing our bombers is a problem, so I'm going to try to finish them off this turn. Let's see if the heroes of this battle can be the 12th Corps. Small group of men, but enough to make a difference. That's what I like to see, boys. Alright. Now the problem here is the tank. I'm going to move him back immediately. We're not going to be able to reinforce him this turn, but eventually we will. And actually, I think he might be able to get some upgrades. Oh no, that's the city. Fair enough, fair enough. Sick of looking at that port. It was a bit of an eyesore. Now we go for Riga. No more holding back. In the meantime, we'll take our special forces and make sure to actually take Liepāja. Is it Liepāja? I think I got that. And let's see if we can. Yes! Oh, man. Really lucky there. Really, really lucky that the enemy didn't have anybody there defending. I'm actually going to move the tank up here. And let's get over here. We'll attack the artillery near the city and just slowly encircle Riga. They will be unable to stop us completely. And of course, some more troops coming in over here. I'm going to send some of these over here to the Smolensk region, so we'll head east. It's going to take us a little longer, just a little bit longer to get to Smolensk, but we'll make it work. done just about everything we can in terms of bringing our units up. We've, of course, still got our submarines hunting the enemy. We've still got some Italian units in The Hague just watching the situation, making sure nothing gets out of control. I'd love to take out the enemy submarine, but currently we don't have any destroyers, so I hesitate to see how that would help. Now, of course, we've got our glorious Finns, so let's start getting them into battle. We're obviously going to have to upgrade the Finns as well, which is a whole nother bit of research to focus on. Unfortunately, I don't believe that submarines can target submarines. That would resolve that problem pretty easily. I think that's going to be it for now, my friends. As always, I love your feedback, so make sure to let me know in the comments down below how you think we're doing, and what you think we should do as we move forward, of course. I think we've got to get this division back, try and get him some reinforcements, and bring him back to the battlefield. But so far, we've already purchased an army. We've got some Italian armies on the way, too, and I'm hoping that that's going to be enough to break the Lion's back, or the Bear's back, I should say, and get in here finally, but only time will tell. Thank you so much for watching. As always, guys, hit that like button, comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and definitely follow me on my Twitch channel. That's the best thing you can do, honestly, because that's where we're really trying to head to for live streams, at least. Thanks again, guys. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.